It was a warm Sunday afternoon. The community hall was filled with couples, some newly engaged, others married for years, and a few still wondering if they were ready to take that sacred step. At the front stood an elderly man, a teacher, a counselor, a servant of God. His grey hair told of decades of wisdom, and in his hands was a Bible worn from years of study. He looked around the room, smiled gently, and began to speak. "Before you say, 'I do,'" he said, "you must understand this. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh." Genesis 2:24. Marriage will change the way you relate to your parents. Your spouse is not your father and not your mother. If you don't make this shift, your marriage will be pulled apart by divided loyalties. The couple sat quietly. Some shifted in their seats. Others nodded slowly. The teacher continued, walking across the stage with deliberate steps. Marriage is not only about two people, it is about two families becoming one. This can be a blessing or a lifelong source of conflict. You must go in prepared with eyes wide open and hearts ready to honor both sides. And let me tell you this, marriage will affect your faith. Sometimes it will strengthen it. Sometimes it will test it. He opened his Bible again and read slowly. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his God. 1 Kings chapter 11:4. Even the wisest man on earth stumbled because of who he joined his life to. Your choice of spouse can help you fulfill your calling or lead you far away from it. The teacher leaned forward, his voice low but firm. Marriage comes with responsibility. The word says, anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. 1 Timothy chapter 5:8. If you are careless, lazy, or unfaithful before marriage, you will not suddenly become responsible after. Marriage exposes who you are. It magnifies both your strengths and your weaknesses. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle like a stone in still water. Readiness for marriage is not about age. It is about the condition of your heart. Can you forgive? Can you keep loving when your feelings change? Can you serve when no one is clapping for you? Ask yourself, am I ready to give 100%? Because in marriage, anything less will not survive the storms. Some couples looked down, lost in thought. Others squeezed each other's hands. The teacher closed his Bible, but not before saying one last thing. If you cannot give yourself wholly, spirit, soul, and body, then wait. Marriage is a covenant, not a contract. It demands all of you, not part of you. Go before the Lord. Ask him to prepare your heart, and when you stand at that altar, let it be with no hesitation, no hidden reservations. Give yourself as Christ gave himself for the church, Ephesians 5:25. As the seminar ended, some couples left with tears in their eyes. Others walked out in silence, their minds turning over the truth they had just heard. One thing was certain, this was not a casual talk about romance. It was a holy warning. A call to build marriages that could stand the test of time because they were built on God's truth. And I say it to you again that before you say, I do, make sure your heart is ready and your life is anchored in him. If this message touched your heart and awakened something deep within you, make sure to subscribe to Spirifile. Here we share powerful stories and truths that stir the soul and draw you closer to God's purpose for your life. Don't miss out. Join us and let your spirit be awakened.